The first take of this video, by the way, I just wanted to say that the first take of this video, I accidentally hit the start streaming button. So I streamed the first take of this video, which yeah, that should show you just how stupid I am. All right, so as a lot of people probably know, I am a resident of California, and I live a decent distance away from Los Angeles. And I don't really like going to Los Angeles. Every time I've gone to LA, I've had kind of like a bad experience. And recently, I actually went to LA again with a couple friends, and well, let's just say nothing has changed about my feelings about LA. The reason I went to LA is because one of my friends in one of his classes had an assignment where he had to go to a museum. He had to go to the Getty, which if you're like an East Coast person, it's a lot like the Met. I've been to both, and they are very similar. So basically, you had to go to this museum in order to do this assignment, and you know, the Getty's in LA, so obviously we got to go to LA, and he invited us to go with him, and oh my god, so much destruction. And he basically just like got this trip together so that me and a few other friends could go to LA, so that we could go to this museum, all for this one purpose. And I gotta say, this was the stupidest trip I've ever taken in my life. So I'm gonna recount the events to you, from start to finish, exactly how it happened, and I definitely won't be exaggerating anything. I missed my crit. I'm gonna die now. Alright, so basically, it all started. I had to wake up at around 9 a.m. because we had a train. We were taking the train because we are not gonna be bothered with that traffic. But we were taking a train, and the train supposedly left at around 11:30. So the issue with now, why did I wake up so early if the train leaves at 11:30? You know, isn't it not that far away? Wrong. One of my friends is 45 minutes away from me. So I woke up at 9:30 to go pick him up, or we were all meeting at his house, actually. So we met at my friend's house, who lives about 45 minutes away. God, I mean, I know that's not that much, but like, I still. So we meet at his house, and we're all there at around 10:30. The reason why I got there so late is because I had to pick up another person and bring him to the meeting spot, which was the friend's house. And then from there we drove to the station, which was a while away. Anyways, we made it to the station, and our train was gonna be there. We made it to the station. We were there at like 11 something, but basically the train was about to show up, or at least that's what we thought. But anyways, we were hungry. None of us had eaten at all that day, so we decided to go and get some food. And because the train was gonna get there like pretty soon, in like 30 minutes, we ran to a KFC that was near. And I say ran, and I mean we ran. We ran to a KFC that was near there. We got KFC, and then we ran back to the station to hopefully catch the train in time, only for our train to be late. So we ran to KFC for literally nothing. No reason at all. The train showed up, like, it was so late. Hold on, that TNT's not gonna land. That'll probably kill him. Come on, just die! Just die! I know I mean, I knew I would outlive him. But anyways, yeah, so we ran to KFC for no reason. We did not need to run. Our train ended up being like 10-15 minutes late. Now this is where things started to go south. It was at this moment that things started to go south, because my friend, the one that actually had the assignment that needed to be done, he planned the entire trip, and he did not tell us some certain things that were going to be happening on this trip. So he did not tell us the amount of public transportation we'd be taking. Now, I have no problem with public transportation, but this was a lot for one day. I'm gonna be honest, and you're gonna see why. Hey, don't touch me! I'm speaking. Leave me alone. So we took this train, and it turns out we were taking this train to another train. That kind of shocked me. But yeah, we took this train and we made it to another train station, because we had to take this other train to get to, surprise, we were going to another train station. However, on this second train, there was a dude on the train who was like on a phone call, and he was ranting about gay people the entire time. It was like a 15-minute long train ride, and the entire time he was ranting about gay people, and he was saying the craziest shit. It took like every bone in my body, all my willpower to not laugh at this guy who was ranting about gay people. And I have to keep saying he was ranting about gay people because it's important information to this story. He said like some of the craziest lines. One thing that he said that made me and my friend almost like die laughing was, no, what? I almost won that fight. One thing that this guy said that made me and my friend like almost die laughing, and we were like right in front of him too. He said, hold on, I gotta pull up the text. I gotta pull up the text. We wrote it down. This guy said, this is just one of the quotes that he said. This guy said, "If you lick my ass, you can't suck my penis," which is a real quote that I heard on that day. And, like, he just did not stop. He was on, like, a phone call with, like, some dude that he knew or something, and he just would not stop talking about it. And, God, I had to try so hard not to laugh. But anyways, eventually we get off this train and we board another train. And this was the last train we would board for a while. But this train, essentially, it just was going to USC, and that's where it spat us out. So we got in this train, and we ended up at USC. Or the college, and we stayed there for like a little while because the friend that organized this whole thing wanted to go take a picture there, in front of like some statue, or no, in front of some building at USC or something. But yeah, he wanted to go take a picture. So two of us stayed behind, and two of us went to go take a picture. I stayed behind, and we sat there for a while until the two friends that went to go take the picture started running past us and said, "We gotta go!" And we were like, "Why? Why do we have to go?" And it turns out we were gonna be late to our train. So we pick up and we start hauling ass to get to our train because we did not want to miss it. And we missed it. We missed our train. Ah, there it goes. There we go. I'm dead. The axe is so OP. So yeah, the train that we were supposed to take to get to the bus stop, I think. Or no, it's stupider. The train we were supposed to take, we missed, so we had to wait an extra, only 10 minutes or something. But still, we missed that train, and all because my friend wanted to take a dumbass picture. Guys, yeah, we took this train, and we ended up at, guess what? Another train station. So, fantastic. And this train station was going to take us to a bus stop, and we were going to take that bus to get to the Getty. But anyways, we take this train, our backup train, and we go to a bus stop, and we get to that bus stop, and then we take the bus to get to the Getty. And this is when we realized just how much public transportation we had taken that day. Because if you haven't counted, so far we have taken 5 trains and a bus. Oh, what the hell? Oh, that's 2 people. Bye, you're on your own. You're on your own. I'm out of here. We had taken 5 trains and a bus. We had been on public transportation for 80% of the day so far. Anyways, yeah, we get to the area where we need to get onto the we need to get to the Getty, and this is when my friend says that in order to get to the Getty, we need to take a monorail. Which, that is a word I didn't think I would hear. I didn't think monorails existed outside of Disneyland. We actually started laughing at this because it's dude, we had taken every form of transportation in one day. Also, in line, while we were in line, because if you don't know, at the Getty they have this fucking Disneyland ass line where you have to, in order to get onto the monorail to get to the Getty, and while you're in line you have to go check in with some person at a desk. And the girl at the desk, she asked us, "Do you have a reservation?" And we did not have a reservation. So we said no, and she looked at us with the most disappointed face I've ever seen in my life. A face that would put my mother to shame. And she said, "You're lucky because we have enough room." And to think that we almost screwed up the entire day that we had almost taken like 4 hours of public transportation only to not do what we were meant to do because we didn't make a reservation is crazy. We got so lucky. Anyways, we take the monorail to get to the Getty, and we stay there for like, I think we were there for like maybe an hour. But yeah, so we're at the oh crap, wait, I'm gonna die. Oh hey, there's a lot of you. Oh, that guy's dead. What the hell? Leave me alone. Oh my god. Oh my god, I don't know how I survived that. We took the monorail to get to the Getty, and we were at the Getty for like an hour. We looked at some of the paintings and some of the stuff that they had. One of my friends is obsessed with gold stuff, so he walked up to someone and asked, "Hey, is there any like building with just a bunch of gold in it?" And they pointed us to this one building that just had like a bunch of royal stuff. But yeah, it was alright. I mean, I'm not a big fan of museums and stuff like that, but it's still kind of interesting to go to these types of places, you know, just to experience it once in a while. But it was boring as hell. I would not recommend. Oh god, they're all the entirety of this team is just alive. Hey, bug tamer. What did you think that cobweb was gonna do, huh? There's more where that came from, friend. How the hell? What? So we leave the Getty by monorail, and we end up at the bus stop, and we took the bus back to another. We took the bus back to another train station, because now we were heading home. We had completed our side quest, or our quest for the day, and we were now headed home. And we were me and my friends were under the impression that we'd only need to take a single train to get home. This was not true. We discovered, oh my god, I'm gonna die in the next 30 seconds. Me and my friends discovered that we need to take 3 trains to get home, which is a little bit more than I anticipated. It was at this point in time where I was just like completely drained of all sorts of like life, and I just wanted to go home. Yeah, I'm gonna die. Unless I am awesome. Oh crap. Okay, I gotta do this again. No chance. Yeah, there it goes. But anyways, I just wanted to go home at this point, and the knowledge that I had to take another 3 trains to get home was really, like, I just hated my life at that point. But nothing really interesting happened on those 3 trains. We just, you know, kind of took them, got home, and then we ended up at the train station that we like left at. So we're back home, or almost home. We're at the first train station where our car is. But right before we left that train station to go back home, my friend just threw up in a trash can, just randomly, and like not even like a little bit. He threw up a lot. Like it was like. It wasn't even like a little bit. It was like an alarming amount of puke. He must have been holding that in the whole day. But after that, we made it home and we called it a day. That was my wonderful trip to LA. I want to point out that the thing that like entertained us the whole day is I don't know who knows about this, but there's like this trend of like meme, of like satire. No, not, I guess satire isn't the word, but it's like, yeah, actually no, satire definitely is the word. It's like satire ASMR, where it's like one my favorite one is boyfriend gets in a car crash and fucking dies, and that was our entertainment for the entire day, as we were just making fun of those videos. We were just, so like one of the ones that we that we watched was boyfriend is driving and gets hit by a plane, and a line that just made us laugh so much is just, "Oh my god, is that a fucking plane?" Like in that voice too. Like it's so funny, and I can't. We were not able to handle it. So randomly throughout the day, we would just look at each other and just go, "Oh my god," and and every time it would make us laugh. So while we were on public transportation with people around us, we'd look at each other and go, "Oh my god," and we would just start laughing. And I'm sure everyone around us thought we were clinically insane. But yeah, so I actually did the math um we were in so we I okay. All right, so we arrived in LA at around like 1 p.m. and we left at 9. So that means we were in LA for around 8 hours, but in my mind we were there for like 12 hours since I was, driving to get and like going around to get to LA for like 3 hours. But I did the math and I figured out that we were transporting. We weren't not every time we weren't in public transport because we had to drive a bit, but we were transporting for 7 hours that day. That is how much. That's a lot of public transportation for anyone. I mean, that's just a lot. Like, you don't. I think it might have been even more. It might have been 8 hours. We might have been transporting or on public transportation for like 6 hours, and then the rest of it was just like car for like 2 or maybe 3 hours. But it was a lot of public transportation for one day. Like, that's more public transportation for people that are in LA who take public transportation all the time. That's a lot of trains and buses and monorails. But yeah, no, it was a tiring day. It was those seats are the most uncomfortable thing in the world. Yeah, I was just really happy to not be in LA once I got home. Also, side note, after I got home from LA, 45 minutes after I got home, my nose started bleeding, and I'm like pretty sure that's not a coincidence. I'm pretty sure being in LA just like broke down my body physically. So yeah. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed my little story time. It was a very chaotic day, to say the least. A lot of interesting things happened. Bye.